As I mentioned in the intro video, if developed properly, your brand has the potential to become the most valuable asset of your business. Your brand is the reason why customers buy from you. It's what attracts and retains quality employees. It's what beats the competition, and it's what builds a community of loyal brand advocates. Everything you do, from your marketing campaigns, how you design your visual identity, how you speak to your customers, how you lead your team, and how you cultivate your company cultures, is all influenced by your brand. Your brand will shape perceptions, dictate purchasing behavior, and define how your organization is perceived by both your customers and your employees. With this much power and influence, it should be extremely obvious that branding is one of the soundest investments a company can make, because a well-crafted and implemented brand strategy will yield exponential returns in your business. If I haven't already convinced you that branding is worth the investment, here are 7 proven returns of branding that will positively affect your business for many, many years to come. Benefit number 1, attract better customers. In an upcoming video, I will show you how to identify exactly which types of customers align with the products or services that you offer. But when you have a clearly defined target demographic, you can effectively create messaging directed to the right customers. Plus, those customers are more likely to become loyal brand advocates who will convince their friends and their family to buy your products and services as well. Benefit number 2, command a premium price. People are willing to pay more for a brand that they suspect to be better and more valuable than the competition. By differentiating yourself, branding gives you the power to position your brand's worth above the competition. Therefore, you can command a higher price, generate more profit, and increase your brand equity. Benefit number 3, close more sales. A well-defined and positioned brand is easier to sell because most of the hard work has already been done for your sales and your marketing teams. Branding gives your team the tools that they need to confidently speak your brand's message, design on-brand creative, and close more sales. This is because the quality, superiority, and the perceived value of your products and services will have already been positioned and communicated through your brand strategy. Benefit number 4, reduce marketing costs. A cohesive, well-articulated brand increases the efficiency and the effectiveness of all of your marketing campaigns. When you have a well-defined and specific audience, it is much easier to develop highly relevant marketing campaigns and target your most engaging customers. Plus, when you create a brand strategy, you will develop language and visual identity guidelines that can quickly and easily be integrated into all of your consumer touchpoints. Benefit number 5, increase the value of your company. The perception of your brand is based upon the behavior of your customers. If your customers value your brand and are willing to pay that premium price for your products or services, then that will ultimately increase the value of the brand itself. Therefore, when it comes time to possibly sell the business, it's your brand that will dictate its value. Benefit number 6, solidify brand authority. Once you've defined your brand purpose and targeted your ideal audience, you can precisely identify your optimal niche within the marketplace. Brand authority enables you to become the industry leader and beat out your competition. Benefit number 7, attract top talent. Branding not only attracts better customers, but it also gets the attention of quality talent. People want to work for companies that stand for something and have similar values and beliefs to their own. When you are authentic to your brand purpose, vision, mission, and values, you are able to articulate your goals. It will be much easier to recruit and retain top talent. So to sum this up, branding is an investment in the future growth of the company by attracting better customers, creating loyal brand advocates, elevating your company above the competition, allowing you to charge a premium price, retaining the best talent, increasing brand equity, and becoming the market leader. So now that I have explained the power of branding and hopefully convinced you that building this foundation and developing a strategy is critical to the future growth and success of any business, what exactly is a brand? A simple way to explain it is that the core foundation of a brand is first built by defining your brand's purpose, vision, mission, and values, which I will explore later in depth coming up in an upcoming video. Then what happens is your brand strategy is how you communicate your purpose, vision, mission, and values to a specific targeted audience through your messaging, your voice, your personality, and your visual identity consistently across all of your consumer touchpoints. But before we go any further, let me clarify a very common misconception. Branding is not the same as marketing. Although they have similar characteristics and both are focused on achieving similar goals for your business, they are very much different in how and when they should each be implemented. By recognizing these differences, you will have the opportunity to attract more customers with your short-term marketing campaigns and then retain those customers for life with your long-term branding initiatives. Here are 7 examples that will help clarify the differences between branding and marketing. Difference number 1. Marketing is how something is achieved, while branding is why something is created. For example, marketing is the strategic process that your business will implement to generate a sale, while branding is the reason why the product or the service was created in the first place. Difference number 2. Marketing focuses on short-term results, but branding is focused on the long-term goals of the organization. For example, when you develop your brand strategy and your visual identity, you are defining your company's purpose, vision, mission, and values for the future. But your marketing initiatives utilize your brand strategy to create short-term campaigns that attract your target audience. Difference number 3. Marketing defines the tactics of how something is done, while branding defines the trajectory of where it will go. For example, your marketing efforts will focus on how to promote your products and services, while your brand strategy will dictate how promoting your products and services will guide your business and help you maintain your path towards success. Difference number 4. Marketing is the reason why someone first buys, while branding is the reason why someone continues to buy. This is one of my personal favorites because if you have a relatively decent product, you should be able to generate sales through marketing. But it's your branding that will keep your loyal customers coming back for more. Difference number 5. Marketing generates an immediate response, while branding builds loyalty over time. For example, your marketing campaigns, whether those are banner ads, TV commercials, social media posts, or environmental displays, should always create a response from the viewer the instant that they come in contact with any of your touch points. This is not the case for branding. Branding takes consistent effort and communication over time to develop a loyal brand follower. Difference number 6. Marketing is the process of doing, while branding is how a company exists. Your marketing efforts are a constantly evolving process of making your target audience aware of your products or services. They are the daily functions of your business. But it's these marketing campaigns that are guided by your organization's purpose, vision, mission, and values that are defined through your brand strategy. And finally, difference number 7, marketing will acquire the customer, but branding is what keeps the customer. This is similar to difference number 4 and is another one of my favorites. Once again, it's your marketing that will initially attract the customer and hopefully generate a sale. But without a solid brand strategy that connects with the customer, they will have no reason to stay loyal to your brand. That is why it is critical to have a solid brand in place before you begin your marketing, your products, and services. So as you can see, there are several examples that demonstrate how branding is much different than marketing, both in how you communicate it to the customer, as well as when and where you should implement each of them. Think of it this way. Marketing is micro, while branding is macro. Branding is the bigger container that manages, dictates, and guides all of your marketing campaigns and the entire organization towards achieving its goals. And I'll leave you with one final example. Marketing is tactical, and tactics come and go. But branding is strategic, and strategy lasts forever. So now that we've got that out of the way and you are clear on how branding and marketing are different, here are just a few other things that a brand is not. A brand is not your logo, it's not your products, it's not your tagline, it's not your promise to the customer, and it's not what you say about your brand. Your brand is the perception of your business within the minds of your customers. It's what they say you are, not what you say you are. So instead of telling people what your brand is and what you want your brand to become, you need to define your core foundation, your messaging, your values, your personality, and your visual identity so that it creates a specific emotional response in the customer. It is this emotional response and how it is then authentically articulated and shared by your customers that will become your brand. As I mentioned earlier, we define all these critical components for your business in an upcoming video, but there are a few more things that I need to let you know about before we dive into defining your brand. Let's begin by discussing the 3 brand functions that are necessary for a brand to get noticed and begin to build a community. Without these vital functions, your brand will fail to stand out, build awareness, or attract new customers. The first of these vital brand functions is navigation. Properly positioning your brand in the marketplace is critical to the success of your business and helps consumers choose from the variety of choices. Brand positioning is how you differentiate your brand from the competition by creating a distinctive offering. Strategic brand positioning involves creating brand associations in the customer's minds to make them perceive the brand in a specific way. When implemented properly, brand positioning will influence customer loyalty, increase the willingness to make a purchase, and increase the brand equity. To begin this process, think about your brand and ask yourself these questions. Are you a luxury brand or are you a budget brand? Are your products provocative or are they conservative? Are your customers indulgent or are they practical? Questions like this will help you properly position your brand so you are attracting and engaging with your ideal customer. Here are 6 reasons how positioning your brand attracts new customers, clarifies your purpose, and differentiates your brand from the competition. Number 1, positioning creates positive brand associations. This means customers perceive it as favorable, different, and credible. These associations are critical to achieving customer preference and customer loyalty. Number 2, positioning differentiates your brand from the competition. This will help you communicate your value and justify your pricing. Number 3, positioning boosts brand awareness. This makes your brand more memorable to the consumers. When your brand is constantly in the minds of the customers, they are more likely to select it when comparing their options. Number 4, positioning facilitates purchasing decisions because it builds trust and takes the guesswork out of the purchasing process. Number 5, when you position your brand in front of the customer, it will dictate pricing power by clearly establishing your brand's value and making the customer more likely to pay a premium price over a less effectively positioned competitor. And number 6, proper brand positioning will clarify your message, allowing you to craft a consistent, compelling narrative across all of your brand touchpoints. The second vital brand function is reassurance. This is why someone should do business with you. You know why your business is amazing, but do your potential customers know what sets you apart and makes you better than the competition? You need to demonstrate the value of your products and services so customers are confident that they have made the right choice. This value proposition should be convincing and explain the benefits of why your products or services are more valuable than similar offerings from the competition. Describing these benefits quickly and in an easily understandable way will help make an immediate positive impression on your customers. Here are 6 tips to help you define an effective value proposition. Number 1, be concise and easy to understand. Number 2, define and explain with confidence what you do. Number 3, make it easy for someone to find you either online or offline. Number 4, explain how your product solves a problem or resolves a pain point. Number 5, display your value proposition prominently on your website, marketing campaigns, and all of your consumer touchpoints. And number 6, answer this question. If I am your ideal customer, why should I buy from you instead of any of your competitors? And the final of the 3 vital brand functions is engagement. This is how a brand uses distinctive imagery, language, and messaging to identify the brand to the customer. How you engage with your audience is considered your brand strategy. A properly developed brand strategy defines the how, what, where, when, and to whom your brand plans to communicate. Your brand strategy should be segmented into 6 distinct parts: your purpose, which is the core of your brand, your audience, which is who your ideal customers are, your competition, which is who also does what you do, your messaging, which is how you speak to your customers, your visual identity, which is how your brand is expressed visually, and your touch points, which are the places where you engage with your audience. So to quickly recap, the 3 vital functions and responsibilities of your brand are navigation, reassurance, and engagement. In addition to the 3 vital brand functions, every brand should have a set of brand ideals that you uphold in everything that you do. Brand ideals are the higher purpose of a brand and go beyond a company's products and services. These ideals become the reason why customers purchase in the first place and hopefully become loyal brand advocates. The first of these ideals is brand vision. A brand's vision is often initiated by an effective and a passionate leader who is able to articulate how the future should look and how the brand will evolve. A brand's vision is sustained by individuals who have the ability to imagine what others cannot see. They possess the tenacity to deliver what they believe is possible when others may see it as impossible. As a result, leaders who take the time to share their most audacious dreams and challenges often inspire not only their internal team, but also the purchasing decisions of the consumer. While a brand vision is a look into the future of what a brand inspires to become, the second brand ideal is brand's meaning. This is why a brand even exists in the first place. It could be a big idea, a strategic position, a set of values, a reason for being, or a common cause. A brand's meaning becomes more powerful over time with frequent use and exposure. People will begin to relate and connect to what the brand stands for, which increases brand equity and brand loyalty. The next brand ideal is authenticity. Authenticity is defined as when a person's actions are consistent with their beliefs and desires despite external pressures to conform. When you know what your brand stands for and its core purpose, you will make decisions that support those beliefs. Remember, your brand cannot be everything to everyone. All you can do is be true and consistent about your brand's purpose and who your brand is for. Think about it this way. You can't promote your business as a budget brand to a large audience one day, then turn around the following month and define your business as a luxury brand to a completely different audience. People will immediately become confused about what your brand stands for and question your authenticity. Consumers will identify and engage with messaging and a belief system that is memorable and perceived as authentic. Whenever a customer experiences a brand, it should feel familiar and they should immediately be aware of the desired effect or the outcome that they will receive. Therefore, you must also establish coherence and consistency with your brand strategy. Being consistent, especially with your visual identity, will unify your brand and build trust, loyalty, and familiarity with your customers. However, while you want to create consistency within your brand, you actually want to do the opposite when it comes to your competition. Brands are constantly competing with each other within their business category, and at some level, compete with all brands that want our attention, our loyalty, and of course, our money. The question that you should be asking yourself is, why should people choose your brand over the competition? To help separate your brand from the competition, you must demonstrate brand ideal number 4, which is differentiation. This ideal makes it easier for customers to understand what makes you special and more valuable. Another question to ask yourself when defining your brand ideals is, if your brand suddenly did not exist, would anyone miss it? You will need to be consistent with your brand to build awareness and avoid confusion, but you must also uphold brand ideal number 5, which is flexibility. This will help you position your business for change and growth. The marketplace is consistently evolving, and your brand must be able to quickly and easily make adjustments to seize new opportunities. A carefully designed balance between control and creativity will make it possible to maintain brand standards while allowing the ability for change when it is necessary. While we are on the topic of growth in your brand, this is the perfect time to address the 6th brand ideal, which is longevity. After all, You want your business to continue to thrive and grow for many, many years, right? To achieve longevity, you must build consumer trust. Brands who are able to stay the course through times of uncertainty are able to rely on a foundation of consumer trust. These are the brands that will survive and be successful regardless of the ever-changing marketplace. When developing your brand strategy, it's not a one and done process. This takes us to the 7th brand ideal, commitment. This is the process of actively managing, protecting, preserving, nurturing, and enhancing your brand assets to ensure its integrity and its relevance. You must consistently and constantly be engaging with your audience and your team. The best companies provide their employees with tools that make it easy to be a champion of the brand. And finally, the last of the brand ideals is value. Building awareness, increasing recognition, communicating uniqueness and quality, and expressing a competitive difference provides a measurable result. All this hard work and dedication creates value in your brand that you must continue to uphold throughout the life of your business. Next up in learning the basics of branding is brand equity. I've already mentioned a few times that your brand is the most valuable asset of your business. Well, brand equity can be considered your monetary value and actually determines the worth of your business. It's measured by the level of influence a brand has on the consumer. Organizations establish brand equity by creating positive experiences that entice consumers to continue purchasing from them instead of the competition. Well-known brands who have established significant brand equity can even generate revenue simply from brand recognition alone. Consumers perceive the products of well-known brands as better than those of lesser-known brands. There are 8 key drivers that build on brand equity. If you focus on these attributes over time, your brand will indeed become the most valuable asset of your business. Brand equity driver number 1 is brand familiarity. This refers to the amount of time that is required to process information about a brand, regardless of the how or where the customer came in contact with that brand. Brand familiarity is the most basic form of consumer knowledge. Brand equity driver number 2 is brand personality. A brand's personality is simply a set of human characteristics that are attributed to a brand. This personality is something that a customer can relate to. Brands increase their equity by having a consistent set of traits that a specific consumer segment enjoys. Brand equity driver number 3 is brand association. Brand associations are the attributes of a brand which are present in the minds of the consumer. Brands should associate themselves with something positive so that the customers relate your brand to being positive. Brand equity driver number 4 is brand availability. Mental availability is when customers are thinking about your brand and are aware of how they can access it either online or offline. Brand availability refers to the distribution of your products and services and how they can quickly and easily find them through multiple channels and devices 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Brand equity driver number 5 is brand preference. Preference simply means when a consumer chooses a specific company's products and services over other equally priced and available options. Brand preference is a reflection of customer loyalty, successful marketing tactics, and your brand strength. Brand equity driver number 6 is brand awareness. Also referred to as brand recognition, brand awareness is the extent to which a consumer can correctly identify a particular product or service just by viewing the product or service's logo, tagline, packaging, messaging, or advertising campaign. Brand recognition can also be triggered via an audio cue, such as a jingle or a theme song associated with a brand. Brand equity driver number 7 is brand consistency. Consistency is the delivery of brand messaging in line with the brand identity, values, and strategy over time. Consistency means that your target audience is being exposed to core messages, visual branding, and other brand elements repeatedly, which can help to solidify brand recognition. Brand equity driver number 8 is brand loyalty. This refers to a consumer's positive feelings towards a brand and their dedication to purchase the same products and services repeatedly, regardless of a competitor's actions or changes in the environment. To close out this module, let's talk about brand architecture. Specifically, what brand architecture is, why it's important, and what types of structures may be the best for your organization. Brand architecture is how a single company structures its hierarchy of individual brands, subsidiary companies, products, and services under the main corporate umbrella or the parent brand. This strategy of organizing the relationships between sub-brands and products enables an organization to target many different customers by developing a variety of brands using different names, colors, imagery, logos, messaging, positioning, and personalities. Even though each sub-brand or product may be different, they will retain elements of the parent brand strategy. Maintaining consistency in these elements is important to retain the focus and strength of the parent brand, which will help the entire company grow. Effective brand architecture includes an integrated system of similar visual elements like logos, symbols, colors, and imagery, as well as a common voice and messaging to build upon the brand equity already established with the consumer. These similarities are important because they are the key to solidifying your brand in the customer's mental organization and how they conceptualize your business and the products to satisfy their needs. The positive experiences and brand equity that a parent brand has established with the consumer will automatically transfer to all the products and the sub-brands. For example, if a customer has an existing relationship with a parent brand, they are much more likely to try one of its sub-brands. There are a few different types of brand architecture to choose from. The one that is the best for you will be based on your specific company and the products and services that you offer. Take the time to evaluate which of the following brand architecture strategies is best to support the future growth of your business. The first is monolithic brand architecture. This is characterized by a strong master single brand. Customers make choices based on brand loyalty. Examples of monolithic brands are Google to Google Maps, FedEx to FedEx Office, Virgin to Virgin Mobile, Apple to the iMac, Harley-Davidson to Softail. The second is endorsed brand architecture. This is categorized by marketing synergy between the product or the sub-brand and the parent. The product or the sub-brand has a clearly defined market presence and benefits from the association, the endorsement, and the visibility of the parent. Examples of endorsed brands are Residence Inn to Marriott, the iPad to Apple, Polo to Ralph Lauren, Oreo to Nabisco, Honda to Accord. The third type of architecture is a pluralistic brand architecture. This structure is categorized by a series of well-known consumer brands. The name of the parent may either be invisible or irrelevant to the consumer. Examples of pluralistic brands are Cadillac to General Motors, Hellmann's Mayonnaise to Unilever, Kleenex to Kimberly-Clark, Elmer's to Newell Brands, Gerber to Nestle. Now that we know what brand architecture is and the type that may be the best for your business, here are 5 benefits to why you should implement a hierarchy of sub-brands or products within your organization. Benefit number 1, brand architecture better segments your audience. Structuring a proper architecture within your business and across all of your brands or products will allow you to target their individual needs. All of the products or the brands within your organization may not be intended for the exact same demographic. Therefore, creating a sub-brand within your main parent brand provides you with the benefits of marketing each of your individual offerings differently to various audiences. Benefit number 2, brand architecture reduces your marketing costs. Building a brand architecture will allow you to run campaigns more efficiently. Plus, it creates opportunities to cross-promote between the brands, making your marketing efforts more effective as well. Benefit number 3, brand architecture articulates your position and your message. Developing structure to your organization is similar to performing a brand refresh because through the process, you will gain more clarity into your brand. As your business matures, a modular and intuitive brand architecture makes it easier to add brands, products, or services in the future. Benefit number 4, brand architecture increases customer experience and awareness. Each of these sub-brands or products will pull equity from the main parent brand while providing the parent brand the power of diversification by highlighting the unique strengths of its distinct sub-brands. Benefit number 5, brand architecture increases brand equity. What all of these benefits create is more brand equity for your company and a strategic competitive advantage over the competition. And as we've already learned, increasing your brand's equity compounds your returns and solidifies your brand as an authority. So there you have it. I certainly hope I have convinced you that the power of branding and how it will positively affect your business if designed well and implemented properly. To continue your training, be sure to download your 7-figure brand strategy guidebook below to review what I've discussed today and begin to implement these strategies into your business. As always, if you have any questions or if you would like to schedule a one-on-one consultation, please visit brandidentified.com or shoot me an email at chris@brandidentified.com. I'm here to help.